24 schools with 1,120 students in the state competition alone, representing 69% of the total high schools in Arkansas. This is the 6th year that the competition has been held where the schools competed based on school size. 8 tournaments in each of 4 classifications were held on March 8. The winning teams from each of those tournaments advanced to the state championship tournament for their classification. These tournaments were held on April 11th. Today, the 4 state champs and the runners-up from each classification are competing in the overall state championship tournament. Serving as chief judge for the competition today is Roger Callahan from the Arkansas Department of Education. The other officials for today's matches are Dr. Roy Wood and Roy Barnes, also from the Arkansas Department of Education, Robert Watson and Sue Ashbaugh from Arkadelphia High School. These officials will be serving as timekeeper, scorekeepers, and as subject area judges. You know, the NCAA has its Final 4, but in Arkansas we have our Final 8. Not athletic teams, but academic teams featured here today. These teams are representative of 224 high school teams which started the road to the Final 8 back in March. This overall state championship tournament features 8 high school teams from all across Arkansas and represents the top 2 teams in each of 4 competition classifications. The first round of tournaments was held on March 8 with the state championship tournaments by classification held on April 11th. 224 high school teams entered this academic competition in hopes of representing their classifications in the tournament today. Some schools even started earlier by conducting tournaments in their local schools to determine the school's team members for the state competition. The high schools reaching the overall state championship tournament this year are the 4 state champs by classification: AAA, Northside High School in Fort Smith, AA, Huntsville High School in Huntsville, A, Riverside High School in Lake City, B, Izard County Consolidated High School, Brockwell, and the 4 runners-up for AAA, Arkansas High School in Texarkana, for AA, Beebe High School in Beebe, and A, Barton High School in Barton, and representing B, Timbo High School in Timbo. Earlier today, we completed the quarterfinals of the overall state championship tournament, and the remaining teams are Northside from Fort Smith, Arkansas High School from Texarkana, Beebe High School from Beebe, and Huntsville High School from Huntsville. Well, the teams are now ready to start the semifinal matches to determine which school will be the official overall state champion of the 1995 Governor's Academic Competition, the Arkansas Quiz Bowl. This competition is not designed to be a test of scholarship. It is a game played by scholars, and it is tough and competitive. We are sure that these contestants are capable of much more significant reasoning than this game can possibly demonstrate, but we do congratulate the players for accepting its challenge. Let me talk for just a minute about how the game is played. We're ready to begin the semifinal matches, top 4 schools in the state. And for the benefit of our television audience, I'd like to briefly explain the rules. Each match consists of 4 quarters of play. A set number of questions will be played in each quarter. The first and fourth quarters have a combination of toss-up questions only. The second quarter is a combination of toss-up and bonus questions. The third round is a special 60-second round of category questions for each team. We're ready now to begin our first semifinal match between Arkansas High School and Fort Smith Northside. Let's take just a few minutes to meet the players representing these schools, beginning with Arkansas High School. Serving as captain for the Arkansas High School team is Andy Props. Andy is a junior. He is serving as president of the Young Democrats and plans to pursue a career in government or another area of the social studies. His favorite subjects are government, history, and science. Brandon Clements, who is also a junior, claims as his favorite subjects chemistry and history. He plans to attend Arkansas State University, where he hopes to pursue a career in medicine. Corey Calicut, a junior, would like to attend Ouachita Baptist University to pursue a career in Christian music, business administration, or some type of ministry. His favorite subjects are PE, fine arts, and American government. Jonathan Dempsey, a junior, plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville and go into engineering. He enjoys drama, yearbook, and English. And serving as the alternate for the Arkansas team, Joseph Cotton, who is a junior, is active in many extracurricular activities. His favorite subjects are drama and yearbook, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville to study engineering. The Arkansas High School team is coached by John Dempsey. Their principal is James Floyd, and the superintendent is Bobby Aldridge. Moving on to the Northside High School, serving as captain for Northside's team is Ryan J. Schwartz. Ryan is a junior. He's in his 6th year of Quiz Bowl competition. He was a member of last year's state championship Quiz Bowl team, and Ryan's several interests include chemistry, American history, and television operations. Cullen Scott, who is a junior, enjoys 1940s film detective movies and plans someday to be an author and a teacher. His favorite subject is American history. Han Chung, a junior, won first place in the ASMA math contest. He would like to attend Harvard and pursue a career in biochemistry. Han Chung, a junior, plans to attend West Point and pursue a military career. He likes French, calculus, and chemistry. And serving as the alternate for Northside's team is Patrick Campbell, a junior who participated in the Duke University Talent Identification Program last summer. Patrick enjoys advanced chemistry and plans to attend MIT to pursue a career in engineering. The Northside High School team is coached by Larry Jones. Their principal is Bill C. Bardrick, and the superintendent is Benny Gooden. Teams, I'll be calling the correctness of your answers by indicating correct or incorrect as we play the game. If at any time the judge needs to interrupt, you will hear this sound. At that time, the judge will give us specific instructions. Good luck to both teams. We're ready now to begin round one. Here is your first toss-up question. Invented in Paris in 1840, it became associated with dance halls after World War I and was accepted by jazz musicians in the late 1920s. It is made in 7 sizes, soprano to bass. Northside, Ryan.
Saxophone.
Saxophone is correct. Next toss-up. One of the greatest romantic lyric poets, he visited Italy and Switzerland and associated with Byron, Keats, and William Godwin, whose daughter he married. Name this 19th century English author whose poems include Queen Mab and Prometheus Unbound. Northside, Cullen. Answer, please.
Shelley.
Shelley is correct. Math question. Which term that begins with the letter T refers to the ratio of the length of the side opposite an acute angle? Arkansas, Corey.
Tangent.
Tangent is correct. Next toss-up. They were frequent in primitive societies and existed in ancient Egypt, the Orient, and the New England Puritan colony. Name this form of government in which the people, Arkansas, Brandon.
Democracy.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. In which the people are ruled by religious leaders who believe they possess divine authority. Northside, Ryan.
A theocracy.
Theocracy is correct. Next toss-up. It is the result of the gravitational collapse in stars, not massive. Arkansas, Brandon.
A black hole.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Not massive enough to have become supernovae, and it represents the last stage in the evolution of stars like the sun. Name this type of very faint hot star of planetary dimensions that has a mass comparable to that of the sun and is over 1 million times more dense than water. Northside, Ryan.
A white dwarf.
White dwarf is correct. Next toss-up. Founded in 1870, this museum has an ark from nearly every country and period. There are more than 4,600 European paintings. Northside, Cullen.
The Louvre.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. 1,300 U.S. paintings and 350 U.S. sculptures, as well as 30,000 pieces of Oriental art. Name this famous art museum located in New York City. Arkansas, Andy.
Metropolitan.
Metropolitan Museum of Art is correct. Next toss-up. He used phenol to kill germs and succeeded in lowering dramatically the rate of post. Northside, Ryan.
Lister.
Joseph Lister is correct. Next toss-up. Its chief source is as a byproduct from smelting nickel, and it is used in producing hard alloys. Name this metallic element. Northside, Hong.
Molybdenum.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. Of the third transition series, that is the most dense element at room temperature and whose symbol is OS. Arkansas, Andy.
Osmium.
Osmium is correct. A math question. What is the slope of the line whose equation is 2x minus y minus 2, north side, Ryan?
1/2.
That's incorrect. Arkansas, Corey.
2.
2 is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 1786-87 protest? Northside, Cullen.
Shays Rebellion.
Shays Rebellion is correct by debt-ridden farmers in western Massachusetts. Next toss-up. It has been translated into 2,009 languages. Arkansas, Brandon.
The Bible.
The Bible is correct. Next toss-up. It may occur in a glandular organ or in the skin. Name this abnormal growth. Arkansas, Brandon.
A tumor.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. That occurs in the form of a sac which contains solid or liquid material produced by the cells in the walls. Northside, Ryan.
A cyst.
Cyst is correct. Next toss-up. He was the first person to add an actor to performance. Arkansas, Brandon.
Euripides.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside, which had been dominated by the chorus alone, and he is also said to have introduced the use of masks. Name this 6th century BC Greek writer who is credited with the invention of drama. Northside, Cullen.
Aeschylus.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is Thespis. Math question. What is the cosine of 100 and... Northside, Ryan. Answer, please.
Negative 1/2
Complete?
times the square root of 3.
Judge? Correct. Next toss-up. It led to the 1795 treaty at Fort Greenville, which opened the Northwest Territory for U.S. exploration. What is the name of this 1794 battle in which... Northside, Cullen.
Fallen Timbers.
Battle of Fallen Timbers is correct. Next toss-up, his series of 12 novels concerning the saga of Horatio Hornblower. Northside, Cullen.
Forester.
C.S. Forester is correct. Next toss-up, they are densely forested and rich in minerals, including iron ore, copper, chrome, gold, platinum, coal, and potassium. Name this mountain system in Russia that extends... Northside, Ryan.
The Urals.
The Ural Mountains is correct. Next toss-up, which law states that the pressure exerted by each gas in a mixture of gases? Northside, Ryan.
Dalton's.
That's correct. Dalton's law. Next toss-up. The novel was published in 1940 and is about a deaf mute in a southern town. Northside, Ryan.
Okay.
Answer?
Okay.
Sorry, Arkansas. Let me complete. Deaf mute in a southern town. What is the title of his compassionate and sensitive work that is Carson McCullers' first novel? Arkansas, Brandon. Answer, please. No answer. The correct answer is The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. Next toss-up. Because of them, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge does not run in a straight line, but in offset steps. Name this special class of strike-slip faults that is a characteristic north side on.
Transform fault.
Transform fault is correct. And that concludes the first round of play for this first semifinal match. The score at the end of the first round is 130 points for Fort Smith Northside and Arkansas with 50 points. We're moving on now to the second round, which is also a toss-up round, but this time, as team players answer correctly, they earn a bonus question for their teams. Players, please remember that while you may confer in arriving at an answer for the bonus questions, only the captain may provide that answer for me. First toss-up question. Located on the main island of Hawaii, lava flows from its eruptions. Northside, Ryan.
Mauna Kea.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. Reached the sea in 1942 and 1949. Name this largest active volcano in the world. Arkansas Andy.
Mauna Loa.
Mauna Loa is correct, and you have earned a bonus question for your team. I will give you the first letter of the name of a mythological figure, followed by a brief description. You name the figure described. F, Norse goddess of the sky.
Bryn.
That's incorrect. N, Greek goddess of victory.
Naki.
Correct. B, Roman god of wine.
Bacchus.
Correct. R, Egyptian god of the sun.
Ra.
Correct. The Norse goddess of the sky is Frigg or Frigga. Next toss-up question. A U.S. Navy officer visiting Nagasaki marries a young geisha girl. Brandon, Arkansas.
Madam Butterfly.
Madam Butterfly is correct, and you have earned a second bonus for your team. I will name a current head of state. You name the nation which that person leads. Kim Jong-un.
North Korea.
Correct. Tomichi Murayama.
Japan.
Correct. P.V. Narasimha Rao.
Thailand.
Incorrect. Benazir Bhutto.
Pakistan.
Correct. P.V. Narasimha is India. Next toss-up. Pyridine is a compound of the heterocyclic series and is characterized by a six-membered ring structure that is composed north-side. Ryan.
Benzene, C6H6.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. Composed of 5 carbon atoms and 1 nitrogen atom. In addition to carbon and nitrogen, which other element is contained in this compound? Arkansas Andy.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct. You have earned a third bonus for your team. From the information given, name or answer each of the following. Refers to the maximum value of the displacement in an oscillation.
Amplitude.
Correct. Most common intrusive igneous rock.
Shield.
Incorrect. The Cypha is a member of this phylum.
Arthropida.
Incorrect. Dinosaur which had 3 forward pointing horns and a bony neck frill.
Triceratops.
Triceratops is correct. The most common intrusive igneous rock is granite, and the Cypha is a member of the porphyra. Next toss-up, a math question. Simplify I to the 22nd power. Northside, Ryan. Answer, please.
It's I squared, which is equal to -1.
That is correct, -1, and you have earned a bonus for your team. I will name a painting. You name the artist who painted it. The Lamentation over the Body of Christ.
Mantegna.
That's incorrect. The Birth of Venus.
Botticelli.
Correct. The Haywain.
Constable.
Correct. The Hurricane.
Homer. Winslow Homer.
Homer Winslow is correct. The Lamentation over the Body of Christ was painted by Giotto de Bondone. That was the 4th bonus question, so that completes our second round of play.
How are you enjoying the Quiz Bowl Championships thus far?
It's pretty neat.
Is it pretty neat?
Yeah.
All right. And you, sir, how are you enjoying it?
Thrill a minute. I love
Is
it. I love it.
That's true. And I tell you, the audience, they're sitting on the edge of their seats. And I tell you, I'm shaking. I cannot believe the competition here. And we hope that you are thoroughly enjoying the Quiz Bowl Championship tonight. We are very happy to bring this to you. And for those of you who are just joining us, you are now watching the 11th Annual 1995 Arkansas State Quiz Bowl Championships. We have two great groups of teams here, and they are enthusiastic, they're excited, and they are fighting for this championship. So right now we're going to go back to the competition with Gene Parker, your quiz master.
We're ready now to begin the third round of play. At the end of the second round, the score stands at Arkansas 120, Fort Smith Northside with 155. And I would like to welcome Joseph to the Arkansas team for the third round. This, of course, is the 62nd round, and Arkansas gets first shot at three possible categories. They are chemical formulas, Shakespearean characters and titles and classical composers. What is your choice, Arkansas?
Classical composers.
Classical composers it is. I will name the title of a work in music. You name its composer. Start the clock. Symphony number 41, Jupiter.
Mozart.
Symphony number 7, The Great.
Schubert.
Isle of the Dead.
Holst.
Incorrect. The Golden Cockerel.
Copeland.
Incorrect. Peer Gynt.
Grieg.
Correct. Music for the Royal Fireworks.
Handel.
Correct. Peter and the Wolf.
Prokofiev.
Correct. For Elise.
Beethoven.
Correct. Nutcracker Suite.
Tchaikovsky.
Correct. Firebird Suite.
Stravinsky.
Correct. Judge, I have that they will turn over 3 and 4 to Northside. Northside, you will get a chance to answer these two questions. Isle of the Dead.
Rachmaninoff,
Correct. The Golden Cockerel.
Rimsky-Korsakov.
Correct. Northside, you may choose from chemical formulas or Shakespearean characters and titles.
Chemical formulas.
Chemical formulas it is. I will name a polyatomic ion. You give its molecular formula.
Okay, can I ask, is that with the charge or just the formula of the ion?
I will name a polyatomic ion. You give its molecular formula. Start the clock. Chromate.
CrO4.
Correct. Chlorate.
ClO3.
Correct. Permanganate.
MnO4.
Correct. Citrate.
Pass.
Silicate.
SiO4.
Incorrect. Molybdate.
MoO2.
Incorrect. Hypophosphite.
HPO2.
Incorrect. Bromate.
BrO4.
Incorrect. Dichromate.
Cr2O7.
Correct. Nitrate.
NO3.
Incorrect. Judge, I have that they have turned over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Is that correct? All right, Arkansas, you will have a chance to answer each of these. Give the molecular formula as I name the polyatomic ion. Citrate.
H2O3.
Incorrect. Silicate.
SiO2.
Incorrect. Molybdate.
MoO.
Incorrect. Hypophosphite.
PO.
Incorrect. Bromate.
BR704.
Incorrect. Nitrate.
NO2.
Correct.
That's
Cit-
incorrect.
Citrate is C6H5O7. Silicate is SiO3. Molybdate is MoO4. Hypophosphite is PH2O2. Bromate is BrO3. And that concludes the third round. The score at the end of the third round is Fort Smith Northside with 215, Arkansas with 200. We're ready now to move on to the fourth and final round of play. This also is a toss-up round. First question. What is the name of the colorless flammable gas whose formula is C3H8? Northside, Ryan.
Propane.
Propane is correct. Which music term that begins with the letter M refers to the form of vocal music that originated in Italy in the 14th century and is characterized by 2 or 3 vocal parts? Northside, Ryan.
A minuet.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. And a highly ornamental upper voice. Answer, please. Brandon, Arkansas.
Minstrel.
Incorrect. The correct answer is madrigal. Next toss-up. He is the son of Geb, god of the earth, and Nut, goddess of the sky, husband and brother of Isis, and father of Horus. Northside, Hon.
Osiris.
Osiris is correct. Next toss-up. Her books include The Story of My Life, The World I Live In. Northside, Ryan.
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller is correct. Next toss-up, a math question. Solve the following proportion for x. X plus 1 is to x minus 2 as 3 is to 2. Northside, Ryan.
X is equal to -5.
That's incorrect. Arkansas, do you have a response? Arkansas, Corey.
X equals -4.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is x equals 8. Next toss-up. Which economic term that begins with the letter O refers to a market structure in which a small... Northside, Ryan.
An oligopoly.
That is correct. Next toss-up. Along with the Ramayana, it is considered to be, Northside, Ryan.
Bhagavad Gita.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. It is considered to be one of India's 2 major epics and is important in Hindu religious instruction. What is the title of this poem that contains almost 100,000 couplets? Arkansas, Brandon.
The Ramavan.
That's incorrect. The correct response is Mahabharata. Next toss-up. Because the earliest life forms are presumed not to have had hard parts suitable for preservation, fossils from this era, Northside, Ryan.
Devonian.
That's incorrect. Arkansas, let me complete. Extremely rare. Name this era, which is the oldest and longest major division of Earth history. Arkansas,
The
Brandon.
Precambrian era.
Precambrian is correct. Next toss-up. 35 of the original 142 books are intact, and fragments of all but 2 of the remaining books exist. Name this historian who, with Tacitus and Sallust, is regarded as one of the 3 greatest Roman historians and whose major work, History of Rome, covers the period. Northside, Cullen.
Livy.
Livy is correct. Math question. When the cotangent of theta equals 2/3, what is the value of secant squared theta minus 1? Northside, Ryan.
2/3.
That's incorrect. Arkansas, Andy.
4/9.
That's incorrect. The correct response is 9/4. Next toss-up. His most famous work is Aphrodite of Cnidos, and he is one of the most widely imitated of the Greek sculptors. Name this 4th century on Northside.
Praxiteles.
That is correct. Next toss-up. The grain is softened in water, allowed to germinate, and kiln dried. This activates enzymes that... Arkansas, Brandon.
Fermentation.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. That convert the starch to sugar. Name this grain product usually derived from barley and used in the manufacture of beer. Northside, Ryan.
Hops.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is malt. Malt. Next toss-up, a math question. Divide the square root of A over B by the square root of AB. State your result with a rational denominator. Northside on.
Square root of A over B.
That's incorrect. Arkansas, do you have a response? Arkansas, Corey.
Square root of A divided by A squared B.
That is incorrect. The correct response is 1 over B. Next toss-up. What is the name of the French author who wrote the 7-part novel, Remembrance, Northside, Cullen?
Proust.
Correct. Next toss-up. It led to the court-martial of American General Charles Lee, who was convicted of ordering an unnecessary, disorderly, and shameful retreat before the end of the conflict. Name this June 1778 battle of the American Revolution that was fought in New Jersey. Northside, Ryan.
Battle of Trenton.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas, and was the last important northern battle of the war. Arkansas, Brandon.
Battle of Princeton.
That's incorrect. Battle of Monmouth. Battle of Monmouth. Next toss-up. It includes leaves, straw, pine needles, wood chips, stones, newspapers, and Arkansas, Andy.
Compost.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. And synthetics. Which word, beginning with the letter M, refers to this layer of loose material that is placed over soil and around growing plants? Northside, Ryan.
Mulch.
Mulch is correct. Next toss-up. The thin red line and whistle are the second. Northside, Ryan. Answer, please.
Tuckman.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Arkansas. Are the second and third novels in the trilogy written by James Jones that deal with Army life. What is the title of the first novel in this trilogy? Arkansas? Andy?
Thin Blue Line.
Incorrect. The correct answer is From Here to Eternity. Next toss-up. Which term that begins with the letter R refers to the underground fern stem from which roots? Northside, Ryan.
Rhizoid.
Rhizome is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 20th century German author whose works include The Magic Mountain? Northside, Cullen.
Man.
Man is correct. Next toss-up. While on an intelligence mission in 1968, this ship and its 83-member crew, Northside, Cullen.
Pueblo.
Yes, the USS Pueblo. That concludes round 4 of this first semifinal match. A game well played by two outstanding teams. The final score is Arkansas 230, Fort Smith Northside 435. And we'll continue with more play right after this.
We hope that you are enjoying the competition, but right now we're going to cut away for just a few moments to bring you a celebrity highlight. For those of you who have followed the competition over the years, I'm sure you will remember a young man who practically grew up here at Quiz Bowl over the 4 years that he competed in the competition, Wesley Eddings. Wesley is now a freshman at Vanderbilt University, doing quite well, and with the help of William Lynn, we checked in on Wesley. So let's take a look right now.
The organization at my high school was a history teacher. I was taking her class my freshman year. And she just mentioned it to me as something that I could do. We had open tryouts, I guess, in probably October of my freshman year. So I just thought I would try it. As it turned out, I liked it. It's something to do. Enjoyable competition, I guess, was the most important thing. I've been in it ever since. It was a chance to meet people. Coming from where I came from, this small town, fairly isolated area, I, well, didn't get out a whole lot, I guess, to be precise. But it was something to do. I just wish that it helped a little bit more with, like, college work. I wasn't really prepared for that. School, actually, I'm really not certain about what I would major or minor in. Maybe mathematics, computer science, possibly maybe even a minor in something else. I'm really not sure. Last semester I had Honors Mathematics 1, an introductory German class, a freshman seminar on C.S. Lewis, and advanced general chemistry. This semester I'm taking the second half of the chemistry course, another math class, a slightly more advanced introductory German class, and introductory computer programming and problem solving. I've enjoyed most of them so far. Well, I guess I've enjoyed all of them. I've learned quite a bit. Learned how to get along in college, primarily. It's hard for me to remember much because I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks, especially with College Bowl primarily the last 3 days, but I've done a lot of other things lately. I've taken up sleep as a hobby, to be perfectly honest. As for practices, it's usually for just like a couple of hours on Tuesday and Thursday nights, and it's not really organized. Well, I mean, it's not really organized in the sense that it's like work to us, that it's like college work. We have enough of that as it is. How am I personally doing? Well, I guess to put it all in perspective, this last weekend we played 17 games, and I correctly answered 16 questions in the 17 games, which is slightly less than one per question. That's a tremendous decrease from what I had in high school, primarily because for one thing, this past weekend the questions are a lot harder. A good portion of the answers I had never even heard of. Just a completely different echelon of competition and ability. Okay, how would I rate Vanderbilt academically? Well, I've been here for a relatively short period of time. I would say that it's a pretty good school. Like, looking at the polls in the magazines, which I guess shall remain unnamed, they'll see that it usually is around 20th in the nation. I'm thinking maybe that if I'm not burned out after 4 years here, I might go on to graduate school somewhere else, maybe in mathematics, to get a doctoral degree and maybe get a job doing something. I really don't know, but I think that after I get a degree from here, I'll be able to find something, or at least I hope. If I can't, then maybe what the admissions people say isn't really true after all, but I think that it is.
Welcome back to the 1995 Arkansas Quiz Bowl. Some of the brightest students in Arkansas are with us today. 224 teams started this competition in March. We are down to our final 4 teams in the Arkansas Quiz Bowl overall state championship tournament. The live broadcast today is a cooperative effort by the Arkansas Educational Television Network and the Arkansas Department of Education. The governor's academic competition, Arkansas Quiz Bowl, is coordinated by the State Recognition Program at the Arkansas Department of Education. The Arkansas Activities Association has sanctioned this academic competition as an official state event. As a result, each student competing today has been named to an academic all-state team by reaching this level of the competition. Official all-state certificates will be presented to each team member. In addition, the Activities Association will recognize one of the players as the most valuable player. A specially designed neck medallion will be presented to this student after the competition today. The officials of the tournament will also name an all-tournament team consisting of 5 players who can be from any team. The Department of Education would like to thank the officials of the Arkansas Activities Association for their support of this academic competition. For the second semifinal match, we have the teams from Huntsville High School and Beebe High School. Now let's take a moment to meet the players from Huntsville High School. Serving as captain of the Huntsville team is Lane Lyles. Lane is a senior who enjoys playing basketball and computer games. His favorite subject is math, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville and study computer engineering. Dale McGarr is a senior. He has received honors in all district and all state football. He enjoys studying ancient history and mythology. He plans to attend Arkansas Tech and pursue a career in coaching. Jason Holt, who is also a senior, likes chemistry and physics. He plans to attend Hendrix College and pursue a career as a physician. He enjoys working on computers and playing sports. Tyler Castile, a junior, plans to attend Stevens Institute of Technology and study mechanical engineering. His favorite subject is chemistry. Serving as the alternate for the Huntsville team is Ryan James. Ryan is a junior. He was selected as delegate to the National 4-H Congress. His favorite subject is Spanish, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville to pursue a career as a neurologist. Serving as coach for the Huntsville team is Steve Harwood and Harry Shin. The principal is Alvin Levacy, and the superintendent, John A. Bass. Moving on to the Beebe High School team, the captain is Chris Bullock. Chris is a senior, a National Merit finalist. He enjoys the subjects of English and Spanish. His career interests are medicine and medical research, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas. Michael Jones is a junior. He plans to attend MIT and pursue a career in engineering or computer science. His favorite subjects are physics and English, and he enjoys music and video games. Robin Sandlin is a senior. Robin is valedictorian and enjoys music and has been in all-region band for 5 years. Robin plans to attend Harding University. Sam Dent is a senior who plans to attend Arkansas State University and pursue a career as a lawyer. His favorite subjects are English and history. The coach for this team is Paula McCullough. Their principal is Gary Washington and Superintendent Floyd Marshall. Good luck to both teams as we ready now to begin the first round of this, our second semifinal match. The first round, as you know, is toss-up questions. First toss-up. It is a sure-footed beast of burden that inhabits barren heights to 20,000 Beebe, Chris.
Yak.
Yak is correct. Math question. Which geometric figure is represented by the equation 16x squared plus 25y squared, Huntsville Lane?
Circle.
That is incorrect. Let me complete for Beebe. 25y squared equals 400. Beebe, Chris.
An ellipse.
An ellipse is correct. Next toss-up. Which music term that begins with the letter S refers to a composition for one or more instruments? Beebe, Michael. Answer, please.
Solo.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. In 3 movements of fast, slow, fast tempo. Huntsville, Jason.
Symphony.
That's incorrect. The correct response is sonata. Next toss-up. During the War of the Roses, he helped the Yorkists to victory at St. Albans, and he captured Henry XIV at Northampton. Between 1461 and 1464, he was the real ruler of England. Name this English statesman and soldier who was known as the Kingmaker. Beebe, Chris.
Henry Tudor.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville, Lane.
Henry II.
Incorrect. Richard Neville. Richard Neville. Next toss-up. It describes the best state found on a new isle. What is the title of this 1516 book written by Sir Thomas More? Beebe, Chris.
Utopia.
Utopia is correct. Next toss-up. Named after the former president of the AAU and inaugurated in 1930, it is awarded annually by the AAU to the athlete who, by his or her performance, example, and influence as an amateur, has done the most during the year to advance the cause of sportsmanship. Name this memorial trophy. Huntsville, Tyler.
National Player of the Year.
That's incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe, Chris.
The Lombardi Award.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is James E. Sullivan Memorial Trophy. Math question. What are the nature of the roots of the equation 3x squared plus 2x minus 5? Beebe, Chris.
Real and rational.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville, Lane.
Unequal, irrational roots.
That's incorrect. The correct response is real and unequal. Next toss-up. His operas include Madame Butterfly, The Girl, Huntsville, Lane.
Puccini.
Puccini is correct. Next toss-up. A chemise is a woman's loose-fitting shirt-like or slip-like undergarment. What is the correct spelling? Huntsville, Jason.
S-H-E-M-I-S-E.
That's incorrect. Beebe, Chris.
C-H-A-M-I-S-E.
That's incorrect. The correct spelling is C-H-E-M-I-S-E. Correct spelling of that noun. Next toss-up. What is the name of the strait that connects Lakes Michigan and Huron? Beebe, Chris.
The Erie Canal.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville, Dale.
Strait of Michigan.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Strait of Mackinac. Next toss-up. He is best known for his depiction of middle-class life in small Midwestern cities. Name this American novelist who won Pulitzer Prizes for The Magnificent Ambersons and Alice Adams. Huntsville, Lane.
A G.
Incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe, Robin.
James.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Booth Tarkington. Next toss-up. Vanadinite, or lead chlorovanadinite, is found in the upper zone of lead ore deposits. In addition to lead, vanadium, and chlorine, which other chemical element comprises this compound? Beebe, Chris.
Oxygen.
Oxygen is correct. Next toss-up. His romantic depictions of cowboys and Indians became immensely popular. Name this 19th and early 20th century American painter. Beebe, Chris.
Winchester.
Incorrect. Huntsville, Lane.
Catlin.
Incorrect. Did not finish. A sculptor whose works include The Scout, Friends, or Enemies. Frederick Remington. Next toss-up. Volcanic eruptions caused a chain of geological faults that resulted in the Dead Sea, the Gulf of Aqaba, the Red Sea, lakes in southern Ethiopia, and Lake Albert. Name this geological depression that extends from Jordan in southwest Asia to Mozambique in southeast Africa. Huntsville, Dale.
The Congo.
That's incorrect. Beebe, Chris.
The Great Rift Valley.
Great Rift Valley is correct. Math question. Which term that begins with the letter Q refers to any one of the four sections into which Beebe, Chris?
Quadrant.
That is correct. Quadrant. Next toss-up. His brother created the animals that turn their faces to earth. He created man who gazes at the stars, provided him with reason, and brought fire down from the sun. Huntsville, Tyler.
Prometheus.
Repeat, please.
Prometheus.
That is correct. Prometheus. Next toss-up. It administers laws covering a wide range of benefits for former members and dependents and beneficiaries of deceased former members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Beebe, Chris.
Veterans Bureau.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, Tyler.
Veterans Administration.
That's incorrect. The correct answer is, it's a cabinet-level department established in 1989, the Department of Veteran Affairs. Next toss-up. He starred in The Blackboard Jungle, The Defiant Ones, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Beebe, Sam.
Sidney Poitier.
Correct. He's the first black actor to win an Academy Award. Next toss-up. Rutile is an oxide mineral found in igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and quartz veins. Its molecular formula is TiO2. What is the chemical name of this mineral? Beebe, Chris.
Titanium oxide.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, Tyler.
Titanium dioxide.
Titanium dioxide is correct. Next toss-up. He said he heard a voice in 1828 saying, "The last shall be first." He took this experience plus the solar eclipse of February 1831 as a sign to begin the rebellion in which 85 whites were killed. Name Huntsville, Jason.
Shay.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Beebe. Name the U.S. slave who instigated the 1831 Southampton insurrection in Virginia. Beebe, Chris.
Turner.
That's correct, Nat Turner. And that completes the first round of play. At the end of the first round, the score stands at Huntsville with 30 and Beebe with 80. We will continue now with the second round. As you know, the second round also consists of toss-up questions, but this time, as players answer correctly, they earn a 4-part bonus for their teams. The first toss-up. Cocci, or cocci, and bacilli are two of the 3 shapes of bacteria. Huntsville, Dale.
Spirilla.
Spirilla is correct, and you have earned a bonus for your team. From the information given, name each of the following people, places, civilizations, and events associated with the history of Latin America. Civilization, which dominated the Yucatan Peninsula in 750 A.D.
Aztecs.
Incorrect. Cuban dictator overthrown by Castro in 1959.
Batista.
Correct. He is known as the protector of Peru. Answer.
Bolivar.
Incorrect. 1930s U.S. foreign policy toward Latin America.
Good neighbor.
Correct. He is known as the protector of Peru. Jose de San Martin was the correct answer there. Next toss-up. She led a bloodless people's revolution that in 1986 swept her to the presidency. Name this first woman to become president of the Philippines. Beebe, Chris.
Corazon.
Beebe,
Corazon
Chris.
Aquino.
Corazon Aquino is correct. You have earned a bonus for your team. I will name the year and the title of a poem which was awarded a Pulitzer Prize. You name the author of the poem. 1925, The Man Who Died Twice.
James.
Incorrect. 1919, Cornhuskers.
No answer.
1942, The Dust Which Is God.
Right.
Incorrect. 1937, A Further Range.
Jones.
Incorrect. The Man Who Died Twice, Edwin Arlington Robinson. Cornhuskers, Carl Sandburg. The Dust Which Is God, William Rose Benet. And A Further Range, Robert Frost. Next toss-up. His novels and short stories about the South often deal with people down on their luck and are noted for their mixture of humor, sex, and violence. Name this 20th century U.S. author whose works include Beebe, Chris.
Faulkner.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville, whose works include God's Little Acre. Huntsville, Lane.
Hawthorne.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Erskine Caldwell. Next toss-up is a math question. One factor of x cubed plus 4x squared plus x minus 6 is x minus 1. What are the other two factors of this expression? Beebe, Chris. Answer, please.
X plus 6, x minus 1.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville, Dale.
X plus 3, X plus 2.
X plus 3 and X plus 2 is correct, and you have earned a bonus for your team. I will give you the first letter of a term followed by a definition. You give the term. C, the integral part of a logarithm.
Coefficient.
Incorrect. S, a line that intersects a circle at 2 points.
Secant.
Correct. V, a symbol which may represent different numbers in an operation.
Variable.
Correct. R, a line with one endpoint that extends indefinitely in the other direction.
Ray.
Correct. The integral part of a logarithm is characteristic. Characteristic. And that completes the second round of play. Four. The score currently stands at 75 for Huntsville and Beebe with 90. We're going to continue now with the third round. This is the 62nd round. The team with the lower score gets to choose first from one of 3 categories, and the categories are phyla, characters and titles of Hemingway, and titles and phrases containing the word old. Huntsville, what is your choice?
Titles with old.
Okay, phrases and titles containing the word old. From the description given, name each of the following titles and phrases that contain the word old. Start the clock. Andrew Jackson's nickname.
Old Hickory.
Popular name for the USS Constitution.
Old Ironside.
Correct. Title of a short novel written by Ernest Hemingway.
Old Man in the Sea.
Correct. The first part of the Christian Bible.
Old Testament.
Correct. Novel written by Charles Dickens that contains the character Little Nell.
Old Stories.
Incorrect. Title of a popular song by Stephen Foster.
Old Beautiful for Spacious Skies.
Incorrect. Title of a series of 4 novellas by Edith Wharton.
Old South.
Incorrect. A popular children's card game.
Old Maid.
Correct. The language of the Anglo-Saxon peoples in the 7th century.
Old English.
Correct. A name assumed by T.S. Eliot.
Old Henry.
Incorrect. Okay, Judge, I have that they turned over numbers 5, 6, 7, and 10. All right, Beebe, you get a chance to answer the following. Name each of the following titles and phrases that contain the word old. Novel written by Charles Dickens that contains the character Little Nell.
This Old Man.
Incorrect. Title of a popular song by Stephen Foster.
My Old Kentucky Home.
Correct. Title of a series of 4 novellas by Edith Wharton.
Olden Days.
Incorrect. A name assumed by T.S. Eliot.
Old Nick.
Incorrect. The novel written by Charles Dickens containing the character Little Nell is The Old Curiosity Shop. The title of a series of 4 novellas by Edith Wharton, Old New York, and a name assumed by T.S. Eliot, Old Possum. All right, Beebe, you get to choose from the remaining 2 categories, characters and titles of Hemingway or phyla.
Phylum.
Phyla. Name the phyla that contains each of the following. Start the clock. Segmented worms.
Nematode.
Incorrect. Clams.
Mollusca.
Correct. Starfish.
Echinodermata.
Correct. Sypha.
Nematode.
Incorrect. Amoebas.
Protozoa.
Correct. Sea anemones.
Echinoderm.
Incorrect. Flatworms.
Platyhelminthes.
Correct. Frogs.
Amphibian.
Incorrect. Spirillum bacteria.
Monera.
Incorrect. Roundworms.
Annelida.
Incorrect. All right, Judge, I have that they've turned over 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Correct? All right, Huntsville, you get a shot at these. Name the phyla that contains each of the following. Segmented worms.
Annelida.
Correct. Sypha.
Monera.
Incorrect. Sea anemones.
Peripera.
Incorrect. Frogs.
Reptilia.
Incorrect. Spirillum bacteria.
Spiros.
Incorrect. Roundworms.
Platyhelminthes.
Incorrect. Let me provide you with the correct answers. For Sypha, Porifera. For sea anemones, it's Coelenterata. For frogs, Chordata. For Spirillum bacteria, it's Schizomycophyta. And for roundworms, Nematoda. Nematoda. That completes the 60-second questions round. The score at the end of round 3, a very close one. Beebe with 140 points and Huntsville with 145 points. We're ready now. Exciting game. We're ready now to begin the 4th and final round of play. This is a toss-up round. First toss-up. He developed the tramp, a jaunty, wistful, often Beebe, Sam.
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 20th century American author whose books include The Grass Harp, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and In Cold Blood? Huntsville Lane.
Capote.
Capote is correct. Next toss-up. She made 9 films with Spencer Tracy, including Adam's Rib and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Name this U.S. actress whose films also include The Lion in Winter and Long Day's Journey into Night. Huntsville Lane.
Garble.
Incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe, Sam.
Audrey Hepburn.
Close, but incorrect. The correct response is Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn. Next toss-up. Which term that begins with the letter C refers to a volcanic basin that is usually large and shallow and is the result of the subsidence of a volcanic summit? Beebe, Chris.
Caldera.
Caldera is correct. Math question. Solve the following equation for x. 10 plus 1/2 x equals x plus 2. Huntsville, Tyler.
X equals 18.
Incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe, Chris.
X equals 36.
Incorrect. X equals 16. Next toss-up. He is known for his studies in geometry, physics, hydrostatics, and mechanics, and he is credited with discovering the principle that an object immersed in a fluid. Huntsville, Dale.
Archimedes.
Archimedes is correct. Next toss-up. He led the Edmonton Oilers to a series. Beebe, Sam.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky. Next toss-up. He and his brothers went to find their sister, Europa, who had been carried off by Zeus. After a fruitless search, he founded and settled in a town in central Greece. Name this prince. Huntsville. Dale.
Sidon.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Beebe. Prince of Phoenicia, who is the mythological founder of the city of Thebes. Beebe. Chris. Answer, please.
Jason.
Incorrect. Cadmus is the correct response. Math question. Which math term that begins with the letter P refers to a statement of a Huntsville Lane?
Postulate.
Postulate is correct. Next toss-up. Its leaves are heart-shaped and the white or green flowers are bisexual. Name this evergreen tree native to tropical Beebe. Chris. Answer, please.
It's a rubber tree.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. Native to tropical America, whose light, buoyant wood is used for rafts and model airplane. Huntsville. Dale.
Cork.
Incorrect. Used for rafts and model airplane construction. Balsa. Balsa. Math question. What extraneous root is introduced into the equation x equals 5 if both members are multiplied by x minus 2? Beebe. Michael.
X equals 0.
Incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville. Dale.
X equals 2.
2 is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the compound whose molecular formula is SnO2? Huntsville. Jason.
Cyanide.
Incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe. Chris.
Tin oxide.
Tin oxide is correct. Next toss-up. Among his works are Hasty Pudding, a poem in praise of New England cornmeal, and the Columbia, an epic poem. Name this 18th and 19th century U.S. author whose other works reflected his sympathy with the liberal ideas of the French Revolution. Beebe. Michael.
James.
Incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response?
Can't get in.
Huntsville. Dale.
Longfellow.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Joel Barlow. Next toss-up, a series of limestone caves, 60 million years old. They are the largest yet discovered. The caverns are characterized by magnificent stalagmite and stalactite formations. Name this national park that is located in southeast New Mexico. Beebe. Sam.
Carlsbad Caverns.
Carlsbad Caverns, that's correct. Next toss-up, it contains the Saturn Nebula and the Helix Nebula. Name this equatorial constellation that is situated on the ecliptic between Capricorn and Pisces. Beebe. Chris.
The Southern Cross.
Incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville. Lane.
Sagittarius.
Incorrect. The correct response is Aquarius, or water bearer. Next toss-up, what is the name of the Jewish ceremony in which a young male is initiated into Beebe. Robin.
Bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah is correct. Next toss-up. He invaded England in 1015 and divided it with the English king. Beebe. Chris.
William of Normandy.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. With the English king Edmund Ironside. After Edmund's death in 1017, he was accepted as king of the whole country. Name this 11th century ruler who was king of Denmark, England, and Norway, as well as Mercia. Huntsville. Tyler.
William I.
That's incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response?
Pretty good.
Oh, I'm sorry. The correct response is Canute II. I guess I really wanted somebody to get that. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 18th and 19th century English poet whose works include Songs of Innocence? Huntsville. Lane.
Lake.
Lake is correct. Next toss-up. What is the molecular formula of copper sulfide? Huntsville. Jason.
CuSO2.
That's incorrect. Beebe, do you have a response? Beebe. Chris.
CuSO3.
Incorrect. The correct response is Cu2S. Math question. If P is equal to a coordinate Which trigonometric function is equal to the abscissa of p over the radius vector of p? Huntsville Lane.
Cosine?
Cosine is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the American author who wrote the following line? Tar baby ain't saying nothing, and Beebe, Chris. Answer, please.
Williams.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. And Brer Fox, he lay low. Huntsville Lane.
White.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Joel Chandler Harris. And that brings us to the end of the second semifinal match. This was an outstanding game. The final score is Beebe 260, Huntsville 265. An absolutely excellent effort on the part of both teams, and both deserve congratulations. We'll be back with more right after this.
Like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. I am the hope and the dream of the slave, and so I rise. I rise.
We hope that you are enjoying the competition. We certainly are. I tell you, the tension is really thick here with these competitors. They're doing a great job. But right now, I promised you a celebrity moment, and now we have one. I have standing with me Betty Gale Davis. She is our Quiz Bowl celebrity because she is the coordinator of Quiz Bowl. Betty, how are you feeling right now?
Great. Great. We're going into the final.
Yes, we are.
Right now.
What have you done to prepare for this moment?
More importantly, what have the rest of the people in the state done to prepare for this moment? Because without all the coaches around the state, we could not have had this moment. We have had 32 regionals for the 4 classifications, and we've had 4 state finalists before we ever got to this point. And we've had site host directors and coaches and kids who have been involved, so without them, we could not be here.
Now, what will happen with the winner tonight? Where will the winner go on from here?
Well, the winner has an opportunity to go to the National Quiz Bowl, and that will be next month. Then also they're going to have the opportunity to go to the Panasonic Challenge, which will be in June. So they have 2 opportunities to move on into national competition.
Well, Betty, I think that you've done a wonderful job, and I'm sure our viewers think that you've done a wonderful job. I hope they're enjoying the show, and we thank you very much for being with us. Right now, I have another celebrity with me. I have John Cheek. He's the Director of Educative Services here at AETN. John, what are your feelings?
I think the competition has been great all afternoon, and tonight the last game was typical of all of the matches where you just had 5 points separating the teams. We're looking forward to a great final between Huntsville and Fort Smith Northside.
What has AETN done to prepare for the Quiz Bowl?
AETN has been working on and off since May of last year when we set the date for this year. We started working seriously in December. The past 2 months we've been working very hard. The past week we've been getting up to set, working with practice teams that came in yesterday afternoon so we could work out the bugs on the equipment and get the blocking and the shooting down. We have about 27 staff members and volunteers around the station and behind the cameras and everything that you don't see. So AETN has been working hard the past couple of months.
Now, towards the end of this last round, I heard a huge sigh at the end by our audience. How were you feeling at that moment?
I'm still keyed up. I'm not ready to let loose yet. I'm waiting until the end of this match, and then I think you'll hear a big sigh among the staff across the building, as well as the participants.
All right. Thank you very much, John. We hope that you are enjoying the competition. I tell you, there is so much excitement here in the room. We are all sitting on the edge of our seats. We don't know what to do. We're rooting. I'm seeing some parents, you know, they have their fingers crossed and they're praying and they're hoping, yes, come on with the right answer. And sometimes the contestants come through with that right answer and sometimes they don't, but that's okay. We love them all the same. We're going to take you back to the competition and hope you enjoy.
The Quiz Bowl format emphasizes quick recall of general academic knowledge expected of high school students and beyond. The teams today are competing for the grand prize of $1,000 in scholarships for each member of the winning team in the championship match. These scholarships are made possible by a grant from the Arkansas Department of Education's State Recognition Program. John Dewey once said that a great society not only searches out excellence, but rewards it when it is found. We would like to congratulate the students today for their commitment to academic excellence, and we are very pleased to be able to reward them for their efforts. One aim of an education is to put each student in touch with the best. None of this would be possible without the academic coaches at the local school level who are the best outstanding teachers, and many principals who have worked with the teams. These dedicated educators have given up their lunchtime, reported to school early or stayed late, and even given up their Saturdays. We would like to congratulate the coaches of the 8 teams here today and again say thank you to all of the 216 others who may be watching. The Arkansas Quiz Bowl is not designed to be a test of scholarship. It is a game played by scholars, and it is tough and competitive. We are sure that these contestants are capable of much more significant reasoning than this game can possibly demonstrate, but we do congratulate the players for accepting its challenge. Excellence is defined as the quest for the best. For the final match, we have the teams from Huntsville High School and Fort Smith Northside. Congratulations, teams. Now let's take a moment to meet the players from Huntsville High School. Serving as coach for Huntsville is Captain Lane Lyles. Lane is a senior who enjoys playing basketball and computer games. His favorite subject is math, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, where he hopes to study computer engineering. Dale McGarr is a senior. He received honors in all-district and all-state football. He enjoys studying ancient history and mythology, and he plans to attend Arkansas Tech and pursue a career in coaching. Jason Holt, who is a senior, likes chemistry and physics. He plans to attend Hendrix College and pursue a career as a physician. He enjoys working on computers and playing sports. Tyler Castile, who is a junior, plans to attend Stevens Institute of Technology and study mechanical engineering. His favorite subject is chemistry. Serving as the alternate for the Huntsville team is Ryan James. Ryan is a junior who was selected as delegate to the National 4-H Congress. His favorite subject is Spanish, and he plans to attend the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville to pursue a career as a neurologist. The coach for the Huntsville teams are Steve Harwood and Harry Shin. Their principal is Alvin Levacy, and their superintendent, John A. Bass. Now, going to the Northside team, serving as coach is Ryan J. Schwartz. Ryan is a junior who is in his 6th unbelievable year of Quiz Bowl competition. He was a member of last year's state championship Quiz Bowl team. Ryan's several interests include chemistry, American history, and television operations. Han Chung is a junior. Han won first place in the ASMA math contest. He would like to attend Harvard University and pursue a career in biochemistry. Han Young is a junior who plans to attend West Point and pursue a military career. Han likes French, calculus, and chemistry. And Cullen Scott is a junior who enjoys 1940 films about detectives. He plans someday to be an author and a teacher. His favorite subject is American history. Serving as the alternate for the Northside team is Patrick Campbell. Patrick is a junior who participated in the Duke University Talent Identification Program last summer. He enjoys advanced chemistry, and he plans to attend MIT to pursue a career in engineering. The Northside team is coached by Larry Jones. Their principal is Bill C. Bardrick, and the superintendent is Benny Gooden. We're now ready to begin our final game. First round, toss-up questions. First, toss-up. Potassium nitrate is a naturally occurring mineral, which is a source of Northside. Ryan.
KNO3.
That is correct. Next toss-up. He is supposedly an expert in imitating the forms of men. Name this Greek god of dreams. Huntsville. Dale.
Morpheus.
Morpheus is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 17th century English poet and prose writer whose works include Samson Agonistes and Paradise Lost? Northside. Cullen.
Milton.
John Milton is correct. Next toss-up. War fever and suspicion of his treason led to his imprisonment, abolition of the monarchy, and the establishment of a republic. Name this king of France. Northside. Cullen.
It's not me, is it?
Northside. Cullen.
I think that's that.
Name this king of France who was beheaded in 1793. Huntsville. Dale.
Louis XVII.
That's incorrect. Huntsville. Incorrect. Northside, do you have a response? Northside. Ryan.
Louis the 16th.
Louis the 16th is correct. Next, toss-up. It differs from ordinary comparisons in its inventiveness and from a simile in the complexity of the idea expressed. Identify this figure of speech represented in the following sentence. His political life was a constant swimming against Huntsville. Lane.
Conceit.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Constant swimming against the tide. Northside. Hong.
Metaphor.
Metaphor is correct. Math question. State a quadratic equation with integral coefficients whose roots are 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. State your answer in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Northside. Ryan.
X squared minus 3 equals 0.
That's incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville. Lane.
X squared minus 4x minus 1 equals 0.
Close but incorrect. X squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. Next toss-up. It developed largely from attempts by composers to reach wider audiences. Which word that begins with the letter O? Huntsville. Dale.
Orchestra music.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Refers to this type of music drama that involves songs, dialogue, dancing. Northside. Han.
Opera.
That's incorrect. Let me complete, please. And a light romantic story. The answer is operetta. Operetta. There is a difference. Math question. Which type of conic section is defined by the equation 4x squared plus 17 Huntsville. Lane?
Ellipse.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Plus 17y equals 0. Northside. Ryan.
A parabola.
Parabola is correct. Next toss-up. Lauren is a navigational aid used to guide ships and airplanes to their destinations. Which 3 words were used to make this acronym? Huntsville. Lane.
Land air navigation.
That's incorrect. Northside, do you have a response? Northside. Ryan.
Long-range navigation.
That is correct. Next toss-up. They show an oblique cleavage as opposed to the orthoclase or microclive. Which word that begins with the letter P refers to this type of feldspar that is itself the most abundant group of minerals on Earth? Northside. Ryan.
Pyroclasts. Or
That's-
pyroclastic.
That's incorrect. Huntsville. Jason.
Pyrocytes.
Incorrect. The correct term is plagioclase. Next toss-up. He came to national prominence with his special late-night reports on the 1979 American hostage crisis in Iran, the format becoming the basis of his popular news show, Nightline. Northside, Ryan.
Ted Koppel.
Ted Koppel is correct. Next toss-up. It is usually decorated with abstract and geometric designs, and the building's parts include the mihrab, which shows the direction of Mecca. Northside, Ryan.
A Muslim place of worship.
That's not specific enough. More specific?
A minaret.
That's incorrect. Let me complete, please, for Huntsville. The minaret, for which prayers are called, the courtyard for washing, and the madrasa, or school. What is the name of this Muslim place of worship? Huntsville, Tyler.
Mosque.
Mosque is correct. Math question. Which geometric figure is illustrated by the equation x squared plus y squared? Northside, Ryan.
A circle.
A circle is correct. Next toss-up. It is a small body found in the cytoplasm of most cells, and it contains enzymes and other Huntsville lane.
Lysosome.
That's incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. And other agents necessary for metabolism. Name these energy producers of the cell that have their own genetic material. Northside, on.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondrion is correct. Next toss-up. In 1886, he accepted the surrender of the Apache Army under Geronimo. Name this U.S. Army general who also led the occupying force in Puerto Rico during the Huntsville, Tyler. Answer, please.
MacArthur.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. During the Spanish-American War. Northside, Cullen.
Wood.
Incorrect. Nelson A. Miles is the correct answer. Next toss-up. He was the first to describe protozoa and bacteria, and he was elected to England's Royal Society in 1680 for his scientific contributions. Name the 17th century Dutch maker of Northside, Han.
Leeuwenhoek.
Yes, Leeuwenhoek is correct. Next toss-up. Lake Bourne connects it with the Mississippi River, and it also connects it to the Gulf of Mexico. What is the name of this shallow lake in southeastern Louisiana? Northside, Ryan.
Pontchartrain.
Pontchartrain is correct. Next toss-up. He was the first editor of the Atlantic Monthly, and from 1864 to 1872, he was the editor of the North American Review. Huntsville, Tyler.
Holmes.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Name this U.S. poet, author, and editor whose works include A Fable for Critics and the Bigelow Papers. Northside, Cullen.
Lowell.
Yes, that is correct. Next toss-up. He often worked in bronze, and his sculpture was in keeping with the classical tradition of idealized form and balance. Name this 5th century B.C. Greek sculptor whose works include Discobolus and Athena and the satyr Marsyas. Northside, on.
Myron.
Myron is correct. Next toss-up. It is discharged from the mother's body as the afterbirth. Northside, Ryan.
Placenta.
Placenta is correct. And that brings us to the end of the first round of this, the final game of play. The score at the end of the first round of play is Northside 140, Huntsville 20. We'll pause briefly.
We hope you're enjoying the competition. It's very stiff, and I know you're nervous because our audience, they're a little nervous, but it's going to be okay. We're going to go back to the competition momentarily. We hope that you have enjoyed this. I tell you, a lot of planning has gone into this, and you've met a couple of our celebrities earlier. And for those of you who are just joining us right now, this is the 11th annual Quiz Bowl. And as I said, you've met a couple of our celebrities earlier in Celebrity Highlights. So Quiz Bowl has been filled with entertainment and excitement. We're going to go back to the competition right now.
All right. We're ready to begin the second round of competition, and this the final game. This, of course, is a round made up of toss-up questions, and it offers the players an opportunity to earn bonus questions for their teams. First, toss-up. His early works are in the classic tradition of Haydn and Mozart, with whom he studied. His Ninth Symphony, Huntsville, Jason.
Handel.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. His Ninth Symphony, which many critics regard as the greatest symphony ever composed, was the first symphony to use singers and a chorus. Name this 18th and 19th century German composer. Northside, Hahn.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is correct. Next toss-up. Oh, you get a bonus. Sorry. From the information given, name each of the following World War II military commanders. Led the U.S. 7th Army in Sicily and the 3rd Army in Europe.
Patton.
That is correct. Commander-in-Chief of Free French Forces in England.
De Gaulle.
That is correct. Commander-in-Chief of Allied Forces in the Southwest Pacific in 1942.
Nimitz.
Incorrect. Led the British 8th Army during the Battle of El Alamein.
Montgomery.
That is correct. The Commander-in-Chief of Allied Forces in the Southwest Pacific in 1942 was Douglas MacArthur. Next toss-up. He skillfully led the left wing of the American forces at the battles of Trenton, Princeton, and Brandywine. Name this American Revolutionary War general who was appointed commander of the Army of the South in October 1780 and who forced the British to retreat to coastal bases in Georgia and in the Carolinas. Huntsville, Tyler.
Ethan Allen.
That's incorrect. Northside, you have Northside Cullen.
Clark.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Nathaniel Green. Next toss-up. Which word that begins with the letter T refers to the protein digesting enzymes that are Northside, Hahn?
Thailand.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. That are secreted by the pancreas. Huntsville, Jason.
5.
Incorrect. The correct response is trypsins. Trypsins. Next toss-up. Yonkers is on the east bank and Inglewood is on the west bank. Name this river that separates Northside, Ryan.
East River.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. That separates New Jersey from New York. Answer, Huntsville? Huntsville, Dale.
Erie River.
Incorrect. The correct answer is the Hudson River. The Hudson River. Next toss-up. Depicted with crown and scepter, she was worshipped. Northside, Hahn.
The Statue of Liberty.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. She was worshipped as patron of Argos and Samos. She appears as a jealous scold who persecuted her rivals but aided heroes of her choice. Name this daughter of Cornus and Rhea who is Queen. Huntsville, Dale.
Hera.
Hera is correct, and you get a bonus. I will give you the title of a literary work. You name its author. The Sound and the Fury.
Faulkner.
Correct. The Guns of August, 1963.
Hayne.
Incorrect. The Wall.
Bellow.
Incorrect. The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
Himmler.
Incorrect. The Guns of August, Barbara Tuchman. The Wall, John R. Hersey. And The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, William L. Shearer. Next toss-up. Math question. Calculate the volume of a triangular prism that has a base area of 5 square root of 3 square feet and an altitude length of 4 feet. Northside, Hahn.
20 square roots of 3 cubic feet.
That is correct. And you've earned a bonus for your team. Express each of the following in the degree system. -3/4 pi.
225 degrees.
That is correct. 11/6 pi.
330 degrees.
Correct. 7/3 pi.
420 degrees.
5/4 pi.
225 degrees.
Correct. Next toss-up. From 1951 to 1968, he played only with the New York Yankees, and he helped lead them to 12 American League pennants. Name this U.S. baseball player from Oklahoma whose 536 home runs Northside Cullen.
Mantle.
Mickey Mantle is correct, and you've earned another bonus question for your team. I will give you the molecular formula of a chemical compound. You name the compound. NaCN.
Sodium cyanide.
Correct. K2CO3.
Potassium carbonate.
Correct. ZnCO3.
Zinc carbonate.
Correct. H2SE.
Hydrogen seleniide.
Correct. That was the fourth bonus. That ends the second round of play. The score stands at Huntsville 35 and Fort Smith Northside with 225.
We hope you are enjoying the competition. This is Evangeline Parker, your roving audience reporter for Quiz Bowl. I'm on the audience and I am with an audience member. How are you feeling right now?
Nervous, very.
Well, I'm going to ask you, and you can tell me if you want to, but who are you rooting for tonight?
Huntsville.
All right. Well, they're a little bit behind, so, but we're going to...
We're a come-from-behind team.
All right. That's good. That's good to hear. We can do it. Here's a young one right here. How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
All right. Who are you rooting for tonight?
Huntsville.
All right. Enjoying it?
Yeah.
All right. I think we have another audience member who'd like to talk to us. Let's hear how he's feeling. Stand up for me, sir. How are you doing?
Just fine.
Good. Are you enjoying the competition?
You bet.
All right. Evangeline Parker, your roving reporter. Now we're going to go back to the competition.
We're ready now to begin the third round of play. This is the 60-second round questions, and I'd like to welcome Ryan to the Huntsville team for this round. The team with a lower score gets to choose first from 3 categories to play the 60-second questions round. The categories are, Huntsville, math calculations, literature potpourri, and history potpourri. What is your choice, Huntsville?
Literature potpourri.
Literature potpourri. From the information given, name, identify, or answer each of the following. Start the clock. Title of Hawthorne's story of sin, alienation, and spiritual regeneration.
Scarlet Letter.
Correct. Author of The Devil and Daniel Webster.
Irving.
Incorrect. Steinbeck novel that includes the character Rosaharn.
Tortilla Flat.
Incorrect. Author who wrote the line, "Give the devil his due."
Irving.
Incorrect. Author who created the character, David Balfour.
Faulkner.
Incorrect. Title of the work by Dickens, which includes the character Lucy Manette.
Tale of Two Cities.
Correct. Poetry term that refers to a metrical foot with 2 stressed syllables.
Diane.
Incorrect. Title of Michener's novel about Colorado.
Colorado.
Incorrect. Judge, I have that they've turned over 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Northside will get a chance to respond to each of these. From the information given, name, identify, or answer the following. Author of The Devil and Daniel Webster.
Benet.
Correct. Steinbeck novel that includes the character Rosa Scharn.
Grapes of Wrath.
Correct. Author who wrote the line, "Give the devil his due."
Goethe.
Incorrect. Author who created the character David Balfour.
Stevenson.
Correct. Poetry term that refers to a metrical foot with 2 stressed syllables.
Spondee.
Correct. Title of Michener's novel about Colorado.
Centennial.
Correct. The author who wrote the line, "Give the devil his due," is Miguel de Cervantes. There are 2 remaining categories, Northside. History potpourri, mouth calculations. Which do you choose?
History potpourri, please.
History potpourri. From the information given, name each of the following. Start the clock, please. King of Israel, who established Jerusalem as the capital.
David.
Correct. Year that the siege of the Alamo occurred.
1845.
Incorrect. Greek city-state associated with Archimedes.
Athens.
Incorrect. Roman leader defeated by Octavian in the 31 BC Battle of Actium.
Mark Antony.
Correct. Commander of all U.S. forces during the 1950 Incan invasion.
MacArthur.
Correct. King of France during the American Revolution.
Louis XVI.
Correct. 1857 rebellion against the British in India.
Sepoy.
Correct. French duchy that allied with England during the 100 Years' War.
Pass.
1954 convention which created... All right, incomplete. Question? Judge, I have that they turned over 2, 3, and 8. Correct?
Correct.
All right, Huntsville, you get a chance to answer. Provide a name for each of the following. Year that the siege of the Alamo occurred.
1843.
Incorrect. Greek city-state associated with Archimedes.
Sparta.
Incorrect. French duchy that allied with England during the 100 Years' War.
Antoinette.
Incorrect. The year that the siege of the Alamo occurred was 1836. The Greek city-state associated with Archimedes, Syracuse. The French duchy that allied with England during the 100 Years' War, Burgundy. That completes the 62nd round. The score stands now at, with Huntsville 55 and Fort Smith Northside 325. We'll pause briefly before going on to the 4th round.
This is Evangeline Parker, your roving Quiz Bowl reporter. I'm out in the audience again, and I found an audience member who is supporting Northside. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's great to be here. Northside's just a team. I got to support them.
Good. Thank you very much. We'd like to take this time also to thank our food donors for Quiz Bowl. Country Sampler here in Conway, Rose and Crown Restaurant here in Conway, Dixie Cafe here in Conway, and let's see, RC Cola in Little Rock, and Tender Pop concession stand in Little Rock also. We hope that you're enjoying the competition. We truly are, and we're going to go back to the competition right now. Take it away, Gene.
Before we begin the final quarter of play, let me share this with you. The overall state champion team from today's competition will advance to a national tournament of champions sponsored by the American Scholastic Competition Network. This tournament will be held May 26th through the 30th at Lake Forest College in the Chicago suburb of Lake Forest, Illinois. Teams, are you ready for the final round of play? This is a toss-up round. First question. When the Civil War ended, He held the rank of Major General. He was elected governor of Maine in 1866, and he became president of Bowdoin, Huntsville, Dale.
Grant.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. Bowdoin College in 1871 named this Civil War commander who received the Congressional Medal of Honor for his defense of Little Round Top during the Battle of Gettysburg. Northside, Hahn.
Meade.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. Next toss-up. In the 1870s, he began to use the loose, broken color brushstroke of Impressionism to create in his works an atmosphere of pattern, light, and color. Name this 19th century French artist who painted numerous views of the Seine River, the famous Northside, Hahn.
Cezanne.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. The famous Haystack series and enormous water lily panels. Huntsville, Lane.
N.A.
Monet is correct. Next toss-up. He won an acquittal in the retrial of Dr. Samuel H. Shepard, who had been convicted of the 1954 murder of his wife. He defended Albert DeSalle, the confessed Boston Strangler, and he was the chief counsel for Patricia Hearst, the kidnapped newspaper heiress convicted of bank robbery in 1976. Name this renowned criminal lawyer. Huntsville, Lane. Answer,
Bailey.
please. Bailey. F. Lee Bailey is correct. Next toss-up. It occurs in some animals during the winter months. Huntsville, Lane. Answer, please.
Hibernation.
Hibernation is correct. Math question. Complete with the correct word the following statement. In any proportion, the product of the means equals Huntsville, Tyler.
Product of the extremes.
The product of the extremes is correct. Next toss-up. What is the name of the 20th century American author and foreign correspondent whose works include Inside Asia, Inside Latin America, Northside, Cullen?
Gunther.
John Gunther is correct. Next toss-up. An outspoken opponent of the Vietnam War. He ran for president against Richard Nixon. Northside, Ryan.
McGovern.
McGovern is correct. Next toss-up. Which term that begins with the letter C refers to a formal agreement among the producers of a good to fix the market price and to divide the market? Northside, Ryan.
Cartel.
Cartel is correct. Next toss-up. What is the English meaning of the Latin suffix C-I-D-E as used in the word homicide? Northside, Hahn.
To kill.
Kill is correct. Next toss-up. She broke the time record for swimming the Santa Catalina Channel, and she also crossed the Straits of Gibraltar, Dardanelles, and Bosporus in record swimming times. Name this U.S. swimmer who was the first woman. Northside, Ryan.
Ederle.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Huntsville. The first woman to swim the English Channel both ways. Huntsville, Lane.
Robertson.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Florence May Chadwick. Next toss-up. During his last 4 years, he led several expeditions in search of a passage to China. On his first trip, he reached Newland. On the third, he reached the American coast and sailed up the river that bears his name. On the fourth, Huntsville, Jason.
Lawrence.
Incorrect. Let me complete for Northside. He passed through the strait which bears his name and entered the bay that is also named for him. Name the 17th century English explorer. Northside, Cullen.
Hudson.
Henry Hudson is correct. Next toss-up. Math question. Its angles add up to 720 degrees, and each angle is equal to Northside, Hahn.
Hexagon.
Hexagon is correct. Name this regular polygon. Next toss-up. Which word that begins with the letter M refers to the three membranes that cover the brain? Northside, Cullen.
Meninges.
Meninges is correct. Next toss-up. Which music term that begins with the letter I refers to the distance in pitch between two notes? Northside, Ryan.
Intonation.
Incorrect. Huntsville, do you have a response? Huntsville, Lane.
Interlude.
Incorrect. Interval. Next toss-up. Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote a series of 23 jungle novels that were enormously... Northside, Ryan.
Tarzan.
Tarzan is correct. The central character who appeared in all those works. Next toss-up. Of the German rulers, Conrad III, Wilhelm I, Henry IV, and Frederick Barbarossa, which one was not a ruler of the Hohenstaufen dynasty? Huntsville, Tyler.
Frederick.
Incorrect. Northside, Cullen.
Wilhelm.
Wilhelm I is correct. Next toss-up. What is the sum of the two roots of the equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0? Huntsville, Tyler.
2AB.
Incorrect. Northside, do you have a response? Northside, Ryan.
C over A.
Incorrect. The correct response is negative b over a. Next toss-up. Hydrous calcium sulfate is the most common sulfate mineral and is the source of plaster of Paris. Which word that begins with the letter G? Northside, Han.
Gypsum.
Gypsum is correct, and that concludes the fourth round of play and brings us to the end of the final game. The final score is Huntsville 135, Portsmouth Northside 525, an excellent game played by two extra outstanding teams. Northside becomes the state champions for 1995 Quiz Bowl.
Special when he was, maybe 3 years old. He'd take alphabet blocks and line them up in order.
He loved the game shows, Sesame Street, Jeopardy, and any kind of educational movies he watched.
He loved the competition. This is the one, obviously this is the thing he did well, and he was a driving force.
Scott wanted to win. I mean, he was very competitive. And he was competitive from the time I knew him.
If there was a Quiz Bowl Hall of Fame, Scott Thomas would definitely be a member. Recognized as one of Arkansas's best and most valuable players, Scott led his Huntsville team in triumph over powerful Fort Smith Northside to win the state overall Quiz Bowl competition in 1991. Scott's story could be very different, for as a child he was diagnosed as having a learning disability. But with the help of loving parents, teachers, and other resources, we have a happy ending to our story.
He was in resource, which is, I guess, something that all schools have to help kids that need problems, and he was considered gifted with a learning disability. He had fine motor skills and coordination, and they worked with him a lot. He also had a speech defect.
I appreciate all the effort my parents played in this. They gave me support and what I needed through Quiz Bowl and all the other things I've done with my life so far. I didn't get in Quiz Bowl till my junior year of high school, so I was mainly a shy, retiring person. But when I got involved in Quiz Bowl, it sort of gave me a little bit of gung-ho-ness, actually. Want me to push ahead for what I want.
But there have been others who've helped Scott along the way, like his Quiz Bowl coaches, Harry Shin and Steve Harwood. It's plain to see they both feel inspired by Scott's accomplishments at Huntsville High.
I will never, as long as I live, forget seeing Scott, especially on the television rounds at the state tournament. When somebody else beat him to the buzzer, he so rarely was ever beaten into the buzzer that he was always looking at that buzzer thinking there's got to be something wrong with my buzzer. I didn't get it that time. And I think that's probably people across the state that watched that tournament that year will remember him staring at his buzzer. He's quite a fella.
We were playing teachers for practice because we had student teams in there, but they beat them so bad we had to have teachers in that year that we won the state championship. And Scott would frustrate the teachers so bad by beating them to that buzzer. And they just couldn't stand it. They'd get so mad at him that you could not get in on the buzzer on him. No matter if you knew the answer, there's no way to get in front of him.
But our most valuable player today has been Scott Thomas from Huntsville.
For the future, for all of you who are goofing off in school and whatever, get back on the ball and learn something. It's for your future. It's important for your life on down the road, career-wise, whatever.
We have had a wonderful Quiz Bowl championship today, but we have reached the moment I'm sure you all have been waiting for. We certainly have been, and that's the award ceremony. Standing here with me now is John Cheek, Director of Educative Services, and he will be presenting the awards to our team captains. We'll start now with our third place finishers. Beebe High School, Captain Chris Bullock. Also in third place, Arkansas High School, Captain Andy Props. In second place, Huntsville High School, Captain Lane Lyles. And our first place finishers, Northside High School, Captain Ryan Swartz. And to present the MVP award, take it away, Gene.
All right, Evangeline. The judges have named the All-Star team for 1995, and I will read the team members' names now. Each team member will receive one of these handsome medallions. Aaron from Riverside, Ryan from Northside, Chris from Beebe, Brandon from Arkansas High School, and Cullen from Northside. And now I'd like to name the most valuable player. This year's most valuable player is Ryan Schwartz from Northside High School. Ryan, there you go. Great job. Outstanding.
Well, Gene, I have truly enjoyed myself this evening. How about you?
I've worked hard, Evangeline.
Oh, I know you have. Let's give Gene a round of applause. Well, we hope you have enjoyed the competition. That's the end for 1995, and I'll see you back here hopefully in 1996. Good night.
Good night.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, too.
Comes the hour before the morning when the night turns into day. When drive and wind push back the chill